Last week, the 5th grade class was doing a unit on gravity. They were doing an experiment to see if they could drop an egg without it breaking. They tried various different ways to stop their eggs from breaking.
Lynn County visited Brashear Thursday night for a pair of junior high basketball games. The Lady Mustangs stayed within a bucket against Brashear in the first quarter, but the Lady Tigers outscored them 8-4 in the second quarter to lead 14-8 at halftime. Brashear had a big second half, taking a 24-10 lead after 3 quarters and winning by a margin of 36-15. Shelby Rogers led Brashear's scoring with 16 points. Kristen Love and Sydney Slavin had 6 points each, and Katie Smith and Macy Rogers had 4 points each. In the boys' game, the Tigers squad trailed 10-9 after the first quarter, but looked like they had no intentions of giving up even though Lynn County extended their lead to 19-14 at halftime. Brashear came out strong in the third, outscoring Lynn County 13-6, allowing the Tigers to take a slim 27-25 lead. It was anyone's game in the fourth, and the lead changed hands in the last minutes as first Lynn County and then Brashear took 1-point leads on free throws. Brashear managed to go into the final seconds holding a slim 41-39 lead, but a shot at the buzzer tied the game, sending it into overtime. Both teams managed only a single free throw each in the first overtime, calling for a second overtime. Lynn County got a bucket in the second overtime, but Brashear aced them out with 3 free throws to get the 45-44 win. Adam Songer and Cody Snelling scored 11 each for Brashear. Joe Clarkson added 9 points. Taryn Treasure had 6, and Dylan Redding, Hayden Hausman, Joseph Woods, and Nick Thomas had 2 points each. This completes conference games for the Tigers. The Lady Tigers finished 7-1, and the Tigers were 2-6 in conference action. The 7th and 8th grade girls from Brashear and La Plata played a close game Saturday. The score was knotted 2-2 after the first period of play and was also tied 10-10 at halftime. La Plata was able to take a 12-11 lead after 3 quarters and held on for the 17-16 win. For Brashear, Macy Rogers had 8, Katie Smith scored 6, and Shelby Rogers had 2 points. In the boys' contest, Brashear led 9-4 at the end of the first and extended their lead to 21-4 at halftime. The Tigers led 27-8 after 3 quarters and picked up the win by a score of 29-14. Brashear was paced by Joe Clarkson with 10 points, Taryn Treasure had 7, Joseph Woods and Nick Thomas had 5 each, and Andy Belzer scored 2 points. The Brashear and La Plata girls kicked off Tuesday evening's action at the Atlanta tournament, with Brashear taking an early lead. La Plata made a late charge going into halftime, tied 9-9 after trailing 9-5. La Plata kept the momentum after the half, going up 17-10 and finishing the third quarter with a 21-16 lead. Despite La Plata's attempt to slow the game down, Brashear managed to chip away at the La Plata lead and pulled ahead 23-22 on a pair of free throws with 1 minute and 9 seconds left in the game. Brashear got another pair of free throws with less than a second left on the clock to seal the win 25-22. For Brashear, Selby Salter had 9 points, Macy Rogers scored 8, Shelby Rogers had 5, and Sydney Slavin had 3 points. In the second game of the night, the Brashear boys faced Green City. Green City and Brashear both came out pressing hard, and Green City went out to an 8-2 lead before Brashear cracked the press 3 times for fast break buckets to even the score 8-8. The first quarter ended with the score tied 10-10. Green City went on a run in the second quarter, going up 20-14 at the midway point and taking a 23-16 lead into halftime. Brashear mounted a comeback in the second half, pulling within 33-30 after 3 quarters and tying the game 33-33 with 5 minutes 30 seconds left in the fourth. From that point on, Green City held Brashear scoreless until a pair of Brashear free throws with 1 minute 38 seconds left pulled the Tigers within 9 at 44-35. Green City went on to win by a final margin of 52-43. For Brashear, Adam Songer had 20 points, Cody Snelling scored 8, Taryn Treasure and Hayden Hausman each scored 4. Nick Thomas had 3 points, and Joseph Woods and Joe Clarkson each had 2 points.